Honorable members, Madam Speaker.
Prayer. Almighty God, who in infinite goodness have appointed these leaders and parliaments for this society and just government of humanity, we beseech you to come upon your favor these your servants who may be pleased for the performance of such important trust in this land. Let your blessing set upon here assembled and grant that the mayor has in your presence to it and cause all matter that shall come under their deliberation. Is so just and fully manner promote your honor and glory and to advance the good of those who interest you have committed to your church.
Item 2 on the order paper, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, we gather here this afternoon with heavy hearts as we bid eternal farewell to our distinguished guest, colleague. On Sunday, 19th April 2026 will go down in history as a tragic day in which we lost a remarkable legislator, a friend, a unifier, a talented athlete, and a colleague, and a friend to everybody in this parliament. And that is Honorable Nachimuli, Helen. The pain, grief, and sorrow that we have endured, individually and collectively, remains a permanent wound whose scar will live with us forever. Since the death of Honorable Nachimuli, the public has been sharing some of Honorable Nachimuli's ionic works, and it's evident that she has been a very impactful leader in various aspects, notably in politics, community development, advocacy, sports, livelihood, gender issues, among others. Honorable Nachimuli was a very impactful leader. Honorable members, the meaning of legacy in this context is the long-term consequences of one's service of life. We all aspire to leave a positive legacy like one Honorable Nachimuli has left. The extent of Honorable Nachimuli's legacy may make one imagine she has been a member of parliament for long, yet she has only served for 1 year. You would imagine for one term, yet she has been for one term. But when you look at her being a friend from sweeper to member of parliament to all the workers in parliament, to both people in opposition, people in government, that is what Honorable Nachimuli was. Honorable members, you may fondly recall that a number of victorious trophies that we got in this parliament, in the Iyala sports, were got by Honorable Nachimuli. And I would request those trophies to be laid on table for this parliament to appreciate what contribution Honorable Nachimuli has made to this house, has made to East Africa. My attention was drawn to her community empowerment initiative long before she became a member of parliament. The fruit of her transformative leadership are evident in Kalangala, which she ably represented as a member of parliament. The Orthodox community, where she was a faithful believer, and a sports fraternity, among others. It's against this formidable leadership foundation, that the deceased had secured an election for the 12th Parliament. So Honorable Nachimuli has been serving as a member of 11th Parliament, and she's a member of the 12th Parliament elect. It is unfortunate she's not been able to see the 12th Parliament. That is what Honorable Nachimuli has gone through. It is such a painful thing after all the struggle that she went through. We will miss her if we reach there in the 12th Parliament. Honorable Nachimuli's legacy teaches us that it's not how long we live in this world, but how impactful our lives in this world. You will live longer, but you will have no impact. But you can live a short time, but with a great impact, like the one of Helen. I urge all of you to emulate Honorable Nachimuli's inspirational and transformational leadership so that your impact lives longer after you. While Honorable Nachimuli belongs to the National Unity Platform Party, which is in opposition, she cultivated cordial relationship across the political divide. Personally, when I lost my mother-in-law the other weekend, Honorable Nachimuli drove and came and stayed an overnight in Buyende. She came and stayed there. She was such a compassionate lady, down to earth, and when she debated, she would debate with evidence. Honorable members, Honorable Nachimuli was not confrontational. She was such a calm girl, very calm, that everybody used to admire. Ask yourself how many admire you. Ask. and she was being admired because of what she was doing. While we dedicate today's sitting to pay tribute to Honorable Nachimuli's remarkable legacy, I urge you to keep her legacy alive by upholding the values she stood for. She was selfless, dedicated, compassionate, transformational, and charismatic leader. She believed in unity and togetherness. She practiced Ubuntu. As we send off Honorable Nachimuli, I urge you to pray for ourselves. We all need to pray. This is the 7th member of Parliament that 11th Parliament has lost. Today it has happened to Nachimuli. Tomorrow you don't know whom it will happen to. May the Lord safeguard His people, safeguard all of us as we serve people on this earth. We relay our heartfelt condolence to His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of Uganda, the leadership of Parliament and members of Parliament, the Bravery family, the people of Kalangala, the Orthodox family fraternity, the sports fraternity, especially in Parliament, the National Unity Platform Party, and the people of Uganda at large for the loss of such a young, energetic, dedicated lady. Honorable Nachimuli Helen is gone. Her light still shines upon us, and in a special way to the people of Kalangala. Honorable Nachimuli is survived by a daughter, with one daughter. The daughter is Melanin is where is she? She's there. She's in S1 in Kibuli. One thing that we need to tell you, you must keep the legacy of your mother alive. Your mother is gone, but left you behind, and you must keep that name alive. The God we serve is a God, is a father of orphans, and will see you through. As Parliament, we will ensure that we will always continue being in touch with the family. We have just had a meeting with the parents. We got the post-mortem report about the death of Honorable Nachimuli. I have heard stories all over, but the post-mortem report has been handed over to the parents. We've also had a meeting, extensive meeting, with the medics, and Lob was involved as the leader of opposition. So all the information is there. And I want to request members, as we pay tribute, let's pay tribute with the dignity. Let's not bring politics, because that is not Nachimuli. Let's not bring politics. Let's not bring accusations. Let's give our friend, our sister, our colleague a decent send-off. May the good Lord rest Nachimuli's soul in perfect peace. And I also want, on behalf of Nachimuli, if there is anybody she has ever had in this world, as she goes to be with the Lord, forgive her. Forgive Helen. I want to recognize the presence of the Vice President. Thank you so much for coming. I also want to recognize the presence of this Deputy Speaker. Thank you. The presence of Honorable Majegere, the Prime Minister. You're most welcome. I also have condolence messages. We have a condolence message from the East African Community Legislative Assembly, signed by Dr. Saranda. Signed by Dr. Saranda, and who will pass on the letter. We'll pass on the letter. We also have a letter from the Democratic Party, signed by Dr. Saranda as the Secretary General. Thank you so much. We have a letter from, condolence message from Inter-Party Organization of Dialogue. And this is signed still by Dr. Saranda. We have a message I think we'll continue with the messages as they come.
Honorable members, may we please rise up as the casket is transferred from the central lobby. Please remain standing as we receive the anthems. You may resume your seats. Item 4 on the order paper, laying of wreaths, and we'll begin with the Right Honorable Speaker. Her Excellency, the Vice President. The Right Honorable Prime Minister, Leader of Government Business. The Leader of the Opposition in Parliament. The Government Chief Whip. The Chief Opposition Whip. The Parliamentary Commission. The National Unity Platform. The Forum for Democratic Change Whip. The Democratic Party Whip. The Uganda People's Congress Whip. Gemma, the People's Progressive Party, the Democratic Front, People's Front for Freedom, the Parliamentary Committee on ICT and National Guidance, the National Unity Platform Parliamentary Women's League, the National Resistance Movement Parliamentary Caucus, The Parliamentary Caucus Executive. The Parliamentary Caucus Executive. It's an all-party caucus. The Parliamentary Netball Team. This Karamoja. The Parliamentary Sports Club. The Parliamentary Volleyball Team. Buganda Parliamentary Caucus. Busoga Parliamentary Caucus. Bukedi Parliamentary Caucus. Teso Parliamentary Group. Bugisu Parliamentary Group. West Nile Parliamentary Group. Karamoja Parliamentary Group. Bunyoro Parliamentary Group. Acholi Parliamentary Group. Chigezi Parliamentary Group. Ankole Parliamentary Group. Lango Parliamentary Group. Workers MPs. UPDF MPs. Uganda Women's Parliamentary Association, WOPA. The Parliamentary Circle. The Orthodox Parliamentary Community. The Parliamentary Committee on ICT and National Guidance. The Parliamentary Committee on Health. The Parliamentary Forum on Fisheries. The East African Legislative Assembly, MPs. The Honorable Minister of ICT and National Guidance. Honorable Derek Orone. Honorable Patrick Nsamba. The parliamentary basketball team will be next.
Honorable Member, thank you so much for laying the wreath to our departed. This afternoon we have in the VIP gallery, we have the immediate family members of the late Hellen Nakimuli. We have Christopher Walusimbi, who is the dad. Father Christopher Walusimbi. Father, you're most welcome. We have Nampala Irene, the sister. Welcome. We have Untege Nicholas' brother. Welcome. We have Sekabira Pontius' brother. Welcome. We have Namirumi Melaine, daughter. The daughter is there. They are here to observe the proceedings. We also have in the VIP gallery this afternoon, we have the following members of parliament elect. They are here to support. Honorable Chandia Bernadette Kodili from Moyo, you're most welcome. Honorable Achom Esther from Serere, you're most welcome. Honorable Lydia Mutende Wanyoto, you're welcome. Honorable Tibase Peace from Jinja, you're welcome. Honorable Nakisita Betty Mpongo from Namutumba, welcome. Honorable Kasule Ismail Oima, you're welcome. Honorable Achamfua Topista Zombo, you're welcome. Honorable Itungo Sara Masereka from Kasese, welcome. Honorable Birungi Annette, Workers Representative, you're welcome. Honorable Nabatansi Harriet Bwamba, welcome. Bwamba County. Honorable Atuhaire Arthur Kazora from Rohinda, you're welcome. Honorable Katoko Sylvia Damba from Kiboko, most welcome. Honorable Katusime Adrian from Shema, you're welcome. They are here to witness the proceedings of today when we are paying tribute. We also have the members of EALA. We have Honorable Siranda Blacks, and we have Honorable Veronica Kadogo, who will continue introducing you as we receive. I also want to, we have members from the NUP in the VIP gallery. We have Dr. Lina, acting party president. We have Joel Jackley Tumushabe, deputy party president. We have Davis Louis Lubongoya. We have Katana Benjamin. We have Sarah Muonge. We have Buembo Habib. We have Nabatans Farida. We have Rover Alex. We have Nalukwago Judith. They are here to follow the proceedings. And then in the public gallery this afternoon, we have members of Uganda Volleyball Federation, led by the Federation President Sadiq Naziu. And then we have in the delegation, there are many. And then we have students from Kibuli Secondary School, where the girl is studying. You're most welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I have condolence messages here. I have a condolence message. I've also seen Honorable Rosa Akol. She's there. Thank you so much. I have condolence messages here. A condolence message, and attached is 20 million shillings from His Excellency the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We have a contribution of 10 million shillings from Uganda Parliamentary Caucus. And allow me hand over the monies to Kirumira Hassan, so that you'll be accountable. And I want to request that the contributions that we are making should go towards support of the kid. The Parliament of Uganda takes responsibility of all the burial expenses, all, and I'm saying all. I have a contribution from Anita Annette Among AAA, 10 million. I have a contribution of 5 million from Honorable Taewa Thomas. I also have a contribution of 1 million shillings from the government chief whip. It was sent to Sekabira. Sekabira gave that money to Kirumira. I also have a letter, a condolence letter from Interparliamentary Assembly of Orthodox, and that is sent to the Speaker. I will still give it to Kirumira. Then we have a condolence message from Kibuli Secondary School. Allow me to read this one. It is addressed to the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. The reference is Namirumi Melanine Sobi, Senior 1. We express our heartfelt condolence to the Parliament of Uganda for the loss of the Member of Parliament and a mother to our students, Melanine Sobi, Senior 1, for the loss of her beloved mother, Honorable Hellen Nachimuli. Namrumi Melanine Sobi is a student in our school in Senior 1. School name, Kibuli Secondary School, and account number is, they'll put the account number. So they are indirectly saying that here is your kid. I have a condolence message from the parliamentary caucus, parliamentary circle. And then finally, I know we are all friends to Nachimuli, aren't we? We are all friends to Nachimuli. And I want to thank you for being full in this house. And I want to thank you for loving Nachimuli. But Nachimuli has left us with a flower. Nachimuli is not dead. Nachimuli has left a daughter behind. On receipt of that letter, we thought it twice. Me and my family. We decided under our school to pay the school fees up to S4. We have paid fees. Here is the receipt. The money was paid by Kirumira himself up to S4. And that is under Bukedia Comprehensive School, Anita Foundation, and Magugo Foundation. Honorable members, Honorable members, a problem on one of us is a problem on all of us. And just imagine, today it is happening to Helen, tomorrow it will happen to any of us. Next item.
Item 5 on
Any
the
reaction to my communication? There is no reaction.
Item 5 on the order paper. Motion for a resolution of Parliament to pay tribute to the late Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, former woman representative, Kalangala District.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister will move the motion to pay tribute to the late.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I move under Rule 58 of our Rules of Procedure to move a motion for a resolution of Parliament to pay tribute to the late Honorable Hellen Nakimuli for her distinguished service to the nation. Right Honorable Speaker and members, whereas Parliament of Uganda received with profound sorrow the sad news of the demise of Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, woman member of Parliament for Kalangala District, which occurred on Sunday, 19th April 2026. And whereas Honorable Nachimuli served the people of Kalangala District and the nation as woman member of Parliament from 2021 until her demise, and in that capacity discharged her duties with commitment and diligence while steadily championing the interests of her constituents. Aware that Honorable Nachimuli diligently served the people of Uganda in different capacities, including as a community development officer of Kalangala District local government from 2013 to 2020, a shadow minister for agriculture, animal industry and fisheries from 2021 to 2023, and a shadow minister for information, communication, technology and anti-corruption 2023 until her demise. That Honorable Speaker and members, further aware that Honorable Nachimuli distinguished herself as a hard-working and a vocal legislator who remained firmly committed to the welfare of island communities and consistently drew the attention of Parliament and government to the peculiar social service challenges affecting the people of Kalangala District. She relentlessly advocated for improved transport infrastructure, especially improved ferry services, quality education, and health care access for the people of Kalangala District, which comprises of 84 islands. Recognizing that Honorable Nachimuli was a humble, cheerful, and compassionate leader and an ardent advocate for social justice, women empowerment, girls' education, improved livelihoods, and the fight against HIV and AIDS in Uganda, where upon she served as a president of community-based approaches to HIV/AIDS volleyball club. Further recognizing that Honorable Nachimuli was widely known among her constituents as Mama Kalangala, a testament to her enthusiastic leadership, spirit, and a passion for closeness to the people she represented, her approachable leadership, and her unwavering commitment to the socio-economic transformation of her community, being that she consistently brought to the forefront the particular challenges faced by vulnerable persons living in hard-to-reach island communities, appreciating that Honorable Nachimuli was a passionate sportswoman who was, at the time of her death, the captain of the parliamentary volleyball team. She utilized sports as a platform to promote teamwork, mentorship, discipline, solidarity, and service, both within Parliament and among the communities she served. Further appreciating that Honorable Nachimuli was an eloquent, courageous, approachable, and compassionate leader who was committed to unity and consensus building and reached across party lines on matters she considered to transcend partisan interests, and rendered distinguished service to her constituents and the people of Uganda with dedication and patriotism. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Parliament collectively conveys its deepest condolences to the bereaved family, relatives, friends, the people of Kalangala, the members of the National Unity Platform, NUP, and the nation as a whole for the loss of a distinguished and exceptional daughter of Uganda. Number 2, Parliament takes cognizance of the diligent service that Honorable Hellen Nakimuli has rendered to the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the Kalangala community, and the people of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Right Honorable Prime Minister. Seconded by the Vice President, by the Deputy Speaker, by Honorable Lukia, Honorable Bua, Honorable Leader of Opposition, Honorable Wamala, Honorable ICT, Northern Region, Honorable Kasolo, Honorable Guang, Honorable Balam, Honorable Esther Anyakun, Honorable Diana, Honorable Sechkubu. I want it for record, just numbers. Honorable Christine Solo, Jonah Seungu, Derek Hassan, Karim, Ethel, Nakato, Seismate, Adeke, Juliet, by the whole house. Thank you so much. Madam, would you love to speak to your motion?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, this is my justification. Right Honorable Speaker, we are here today to remember and say farewell to an extraordinary colleague and a friend. On Sunday, 19th April 2026, we received the sad news of the demise of Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, the woman representative for Kalangala district in the 11th Parliament of Uganda, at Alexandria Medical Center, Kitante, Kampala. Today, we grieve her loss, and we hold in our hearts and prayers her family. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the late Honorable Hellen Nakimuli was a great parliamentarian. She loved and respected Parliament and was for 5 years one of its finest debaters. She was a woman of great contrast, exceptionally formidable during debate and admirably kind in private. The late Honorable Hellen Nachimuli was one of the most vibrant people you could ever hope to meet, and someone I was lucky enough to know closely. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the outpouring tributes we have seen in these past few days show the impact of her leadership. While in the 11th Parliament, the late Honorable Hellen Nakimuli dutifully served on the Committee of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, and the Committee on Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance. She served as a shadow minister for information and anti-corruption. She loved sports and was a captain of the parliamentary volleyball team. Through these positions and many other leadership platforms, she was a voice of compassion and stood for her people. That Honorable Speaker and members, she was caring, eloquent, principled, and wise. Honorable Helen brought people together, as it was typical of her determination to reach across party lines on issues that she felt were more important than party politics. Thank you. Above all, she was filled with and fueled by love for the people and saw the best in them. Her enthusiastic spirit helped to give her determination and focus in politics. She was driven every day of her life by her passion for the great causes she believed in to help uplift people, especially children, women, the poor, and the oppressed. That Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the late Honorable Nachimuli was a relentless campaigner for health care access, transport infrastructure, especially improved ferry services, equality, human rights, government subsidization of boat engines taxes, and provision of fishing nets. Government will continue to support development programs in the Kalangala district. I wish to convey my gratitude to the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and also thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for according this distinguished and gallant citizen of Uganda a special recognition in her honor through the consideration of this motion before the House now. The government of Uganda conveys its deepest condolences to the bereaved family, relatives, friends, the people of Kalangala district, the members of the National Unity Platform, NUP, and the nation as a whole upon the demise of this distinguished daughter of Uganda. May the Almighty God bless and receive the soul of Honorable Hellen Nakimuli in eternal peace.
Thank you. Thank you. Right Honorable. Before we get a secondment in the VIP gallery, we have Honorable Alaso Alice Ashanut and Honorable Winnie Kiza. They are here to support us in paying the tribute of a lady like them. Thank you for coming. Second, Honorable Love.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I rise to pay tribute to our departed colleague, the Honorable Hellen Nachimuli, woman member of Parliament for Kalangala District, a dedicated servant of the people and a member of the National Unity Platform. Honorable Nachimuli passed away on the 19th day of April 2026 at Alexandra Medical Center, where she had gone to undergo a surgical procedure. In fact, she drove herself to the medical facility, an indicator that she was not in a worrying state. I equally spoke to her that same morning at about 9 a.m. as we had been planning a meeting for members of the opposition in Parliament in regard to the impending sovereignty bill, which meeting was due the next morning on Monday the 20th. Tragically, she did not make it out of theatre. Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, this is not just a moment of grief. It's a moment of profound concern, and we hope that all answers will be provided. This is not about apportioning blame prematurely. It's about restoring public confidence. As we pursue these answers, honorable colleagues, we must also confront the broader realities of our health sector. For many Ugandans, access to safe and quality health care remains uncertain. Incidents such as these deepen public anxiety and highlight systemic weaknesses in patient safety, regulation, and service delivery. If this can happen in a controlled medical environment, then we ought to ask ourselves what safeguards exist for the ordinary Ugandan in less resourced settings. Honorable Nachimuli has been awaiting to take oath in just a couple of weeks to serve her second term in Parliament, having earned the trust and confidence of the people of Kalangala District one more time. That renewed mandate was a testament to her dedication, her connection to her constituents, and the faith they had in her leadership. Kalangala District, which she represented, is one of the most unique constituencies in our country. An archipelago of over 80 islands spread across Lake Victoria, commonly known as the Sese Islands. Representing such a constituency requires exceptional commitment. It demands navigating geographical isolation, limited infrastructure, and the distinct socio-economic challenges faced by island communities. And yet, Honorable Nachimuli embraced this responsibility with quiet strength and consistency. She ensured that the voices of her people, often physically distant and politically marginalized, were heard within this house. In the shadow cabinet, she has been serving as the Shadow Minister for Information and Anti-Corruption, a role she diligently executed for close to 2.5 years. In this capacity, she stood firmly on the side of transparency, accountability, and responsible governance. She approached oversight with seriousness and clarity, contributing meaningfully to discussions of public accountability and the management of national resources. On the floor of Parliament, she challenged the deployment of UPDF soldiers on Uganda's lakes by the Fisheries Protection Unit, arguing that the army was complicit in illegal fishing and that criminalizing vulnerable fishermen was unjust. She criticized the unit for confiscating equipment, confusing fishing communities with contradictory directives and politically motivated messages, and insisted that these communities needed real investment in boats, in nets, storage facilities, and training, together with practical support, not just harassment. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, her contribution to this institution extended beyond legislative work. Honorable Nachimuli served as our lady captain of the parliamentary volleyball team, and under her leadership, our team recently secured another gold for Uganda, the East African Community Interparliamentary Games. This was not just a sporting achievement. It was a reflection of leadership, discipline, and the spirit of teamwork that she embodied. No wonder we are all here in numbers. Those who had the privilege of working closely with the Honorable Nachimuli will remember her as calm, composed, and purposeful. Her work spoke for itself. She engaged thoughtfully, listened attentively, and contributed with intention. Even in her final days, the Honorable Nachimuli never stopped holding the government to account. Her final submission on the floor of this house was on the 15th day of April 2026, last week, just 4 days before she died. She was questioning government's preparedness regarding our sports facilities ahead of a CAF inspection, now that Uganda is set to host AFCON alongside other East African countries. She was still pressing for details, still demanding accountability. Even at the end, Honorable Nachimuli was working. Even at the end, she was holding the government accountable, which was her cardinal duty as a member of parliament. It is particularly painful that her young life has been cut short at a time when she was just about to begin a renewed chapter of service under her second term. She had more to offer, more to build, and more to contribute to this nation. Her passing is a loss to her family, to the people of Kalangala, to the National Unity Platform, to this parliament, and indeed to Uganda as a whole. So as we mourn her, we must also honor her not only with words, but with action. Honoring her means strengthening our systems so that no Ugandan loses their life the way she lost hers. It means recommitting ourselves to the values of accountability, of service, and integrity, values that she held dear. We owe it to her. We owe it to her family, and we owe it to the people of Uganda. And so on behalf of the office of the Leader of the Opposition, I extend deepest condolences to her family, to her constituents in Kalangala district, to her party, NUP, to all colleagues in this house, and the country at large. We stand with you in grief, and we stand with you in the pursuit of justice and truth. May the Almighty God grant us strength during this difficult time, and may the soul of Honorable Hellen Nakimuli rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can we be a little brief so that a number of members speak? Independence. Independent. Let's first get from the independent.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, esteemed gentlemen and ladies from all sides of the House.
I want to show you how Honorable Nachimuli was a unifier. The secretariat, the whole secretariat of NRM is also here. There is Dr. Nekesa, Honorable, the whole secretariat is here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And this is the spirit we want in Uganda.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Dear colleagues, today we gather with heavy hearts to honor and celebrate an extraordinary life of a young lady, a beacon of hope and a strength to many. Born in 1985, just recently, you can witness her here in a casket. Who knew neither her nor her parents, nor her family, and it could not even have fallen into the ears of those that elected her to represent them. Helen has left far too soon for many that had hope in her. Transitioning from this world just days ago, following a surgery, as we stand together in this solemn moment, let us reflect on the legacy that she leaves behind, the impact that she has made on each one of us. And what does this remind us, honorable members? That just like she was, always entering with a smile, wearing a smile, like an unfolding flower, just like her name, Nachimuli, blossoming to fill the world with the sweet aroma. We should always remember such moments when someone walks into your path and at least shakes your hand. I request that we do it as just a gesture. Turn to your neighbor and say, I really, really would like to say I love you today. Not the real love of love, but I love you in the name of God. As you rest, as the members of the NRM, you do? Indeed. As the members of the NRM turn to the members of other political parties like the NUP and wave and say we are really one together in the name of the Almighty God. And Helen, that is what you stand for, unifying all aisles in this house. It's not usual that we act like this in this house, but it's something that God calls upon all of us to do. As our prayer tells us, we are here for the service of humanity and not for our benefit. Helen was not only a member of parliament, but she was also a great champion, an owner of public servant, an honorable public servant whose dedication and passion knew no bounds. In the 5 years, more or less, that I've spent with her, or that we spent with her in this august house, she exemplified a spirit that was built on patience, love, and dignity. She walked to everyone, even when she differed on certain matters, and always expressed her feeling towards you, all in the name of the people she wanted to represent and make better. In her multi-faced character, the one where she would smile, I remember her when there was a humiliation of a woman, when all the women in parliament stormed out to go and say, no, this is beyond this. I will stand for the girl child and the woman. That was the zeal and character in her, where she would express her disappointment, but also remain.
Many orphans out there, including myself. My dad died when I was a second lieutenant. I was still young, relatively young. We know in Africa that a parent, even 100 years, is still a parent, and you cannot compare. You cannot compare. So you look up to us, who are other orphans. We will give you a platform. We will give you the guidance that you need, the role modeling. We shall mentor you until the logical conclusion. I thank Madam Speaker for the opportunity. May the soul of the late Nachimuli means flower. I used to joke with her that, which flower are you? Are you a rose? Are you a sunflower? Are you a lily? And she would say, Madam Speaker, that she will unveil the name of her flower at an appropriate time. She has not done it. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice President. Today we unveiled the roses for her. We unveiled the roses for her in memory of her name. The Minister of ICT.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and the honorable members. I rise to support the motion that has been moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister to pay tribute to our foreign sister, Hellen Nakimuli. And on behalf of the people of Chinchiz East and on behalf of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, and as we know, she was shadowing me, and we always made fun. She would say, how can I shadow this huge man? Because of our different sizes, but we worked very well as the government minister and the shadow minister. I would like to convey our condolences to members of the family, the parents and the family, the people of Kalangala, whom she represented in this house as a member of parliament, the members of National Unity Party and the opposition, where she belonged, and to you, Right Honorable Speaker, and the colleagues in this parliament. When I served in the parliamentary commission with the Honorable Dombo, who is seated there, one of the challenging issues which used to confront us was when we were drawing the budget of parliament, and we had to budget for how many members of parliament would die in that year. And we would put 4 or 5, and we would be scared that we would probably be part of those 4 or 5. And I just use that to encourage members that death is there, and any time God can call us. I came close to Honorable Helen when the Archbishop of the Orthodox Church died in September 2021. She had just come to Parliament, and I was coordinating together with the Vice President and Honorable Sechkubo the funeral arrangements. And then also she has been a member of this house, but also we were very close as a shadow minister, where she was very active, especially in the committee. And I could use many descriptions to characterize her, but in the brief, she was, like the Vice President said, a very strong believer in the Orthodox faith, very committed, very social, very intelligent, and respectful, and I could use many attributes. And working with her as the Minister of ICT and her as a shadow minister, we worked very well and had meaningful engagements. How I wish our relationship, that effect, would define how we relate in this country between us who are in the government and those who are in the opposition, because we always related very respectfully, and she made very meaningful contributions and gave us a lot of advice as we ran the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. Right, Honorable Speaker, I have been following the debates and the commentaries on the social media regarding how she died. And there are lots of unanswered questions, as the leader of the opposition said. I spoke this morning to the Minister of Health. I thought she would be in the house, who told me she has instructed the Uganda Medical and Dental Practitioners Council to carry out an investigation and produce a report to tell Ugandans what exactly happened. I later spoke to Professor Joel Okuro, who is the chair of the council, and he confirmed a team of doctors from the council were carrying out the investigations. They have visited the Alexandria Medical Center and doing lots of analysis regarding what happened, and a report will be produced. A post-mortem examination has been carried out by 6 expert pathologists at Mulago, including pathologists from police, and a report has been given to the Uganda Medical Dental Practitioners Council, which will be part of the general report as they investigate, and at the earliest, this report will be made public. Members of the family, I think, signed for the post-mortem report. I got that confirmation from the executive director of Mulago Hospital. All of us are pained the way she drove herself to the hospital and came back dead. And therefore, the assurance I am giving the honorable members that once the report has been completed by Ministry of Health, working with the Uganda Medical Dental Practitioners Council, then all these questions will be answered through that report.
Thank you.
Lastly, Madam Speaker, I just want to make a comment to Ugandans that there is a strange behavior that has come where a section of Ugandans celebrate people's death and wish people who are alive to die. As a minister responsible for national guidance, we would want to call upon Ugandans. And let's remain with that culture of Ugandanness. That even when we are in different political persuasions, even when we are different in many ways, but let's remain human and diseased from celebrating death, especially in the advent of social media. Ugandans should not push us to have strong regulation for the social media space because it is being used irresponsibly. So I just want to sound out to Ugandans that even when we don't agree politically, even when we are different, but let's maintain dignity, let's respect each other, especially in times of death. Let's not wish anybody death. Let's not celebrate any person's death. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I pray that the good Lord receives our sister and rests her soul in eternal peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Maybe just for information, Honorable Minister, we have received the report as Parliament. We have had a discussion of the report, and we have had a discussion with the person, together with the leader of opposition, with the person who operated Honorable Nachimuli. She did not make it from theater. It was a private facility, not a government facility. And I want to urge you members, we give you insurance. Please go to government facilities. Please. Honorable members, Honorable Minister of Education, Sports.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. First of all, on my own behalf, as a Member of Parliament for Ngariam County, and on my own family, I would like to begin by extending my condolences to the bereaved family of my sister, Honorable Nachimuli, and the people of Kalangala. It's on record. The last time I appeared before this floor was last Wednesday when I brought a statement here regarding a matter which the Right Honorable Leader of Opposition had requested me to present in line with our preparedness for AFCON 2027. Honorable colleagues, the late, as we all know, had passion for sports. The late, as we all know, was an athlete. The late as we all know, was one who played many disciplines of sport, and for those who attended the parliamentary games can bear me witness. The late, if you all recall, I remember the competition which was in Rwanda, Kigali. She got injured in the netball court to an extent that she twisted her leg. But that did not stop her from representing the Parliament of Uganda, and I want us to clap for her, and may God. Madam Speaker, I'm happy my colleague, the Shadow Minister of Sports, is here. In line with the discussion we had concerning our preparedness of AFCON, we had agreed that this Friday we visit Hoima City Stadium and to look at other attendance training facilities which were working, including a visit to Kabalega International Airport. Why was we doing this? Is in line with the observations which my sister had raised on the floor of this parliament. It is unfortunate today, Madam Speaker, I host, as Uganda, the team of the Confederation of African Football, together with the Pamoja countries here in Kampala. The meeting started this morning up to now, but I had to excuse myself to come and pay my respect to our dear fallen sister. Friends, I have been here for some time. I am happy we are all here to show respect for our departed sister. But I'm happy our sisters left us with a flower, which is a living flower. We are good at coming here to make speeches. But what do we leave with our flower, which our sisters left us? It's my humble appeal, colleagues. In the 9th Parliament, we used to do it. In the 10th Parliament, we used to do it. In the 11th Parliament, we did it. Why don't we, if we truly believe in the love of our sister, contribute as members of Parliament to support the family of our departed colleague, particularly in the education of the daughter? It's my humble appeal, Madam Speaker, through you, that the Parliamentary Commission deducts a direct fee from each one of us, of the 529 members of Parliament, to contribute to the education of our late sister's daughter who is here. Madam Speaker, in my humble appeal, I would request that we deduct 500,000 from each of us members of Parliament's account to support the education of our dear sister. I'm bringing this, Madam Speaker, because as a sportswoman, the late gave her life to support and carry the flag of Parliament of Uganda in the sports fraternity in the East African community. And this has helped in widening, deepening, strengthening the East African Confederation. I beg to move, Right Honorable Speaker. I thank you so much.
Those who are against, please stand. No, I don't. I first want those who are against before I ask for a secondment. Those who are against, you know why I'm saying, honorable members, you know why I'm saying that those who are against should stand. When we ask for a deduction for Honorable Lanya, you are the same people who made the noise, saying that you were forced. Is the motion seconded? Seconded. Honorable Bua, Honorable by the whole House. I am putting a question that those in support of the deduction of 500,000 in favor of the education of Honorable late Nachimuli, Helen's daughter, say aye. To the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. Clerk should deduct the 500,000 from the 529 members. Chairman of the Sports Chairman, then I will come to the Minister Emeritus of Sports.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I stand to support the motion that has been moved by the Right Honourable Prime Minister, paying tribute to the late Hellen Nakimuli. Right Honourable Speaker, on behalf of the Parliamentary Sports Club that I lead, I wish to extend our deepest condolences to you, Right Honourable Speaker, to the entire House and the family upon the loss of Honourable Nachimuli. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nachimuli has been one of the executive members of the Parliamentary Sports Club, and the Parliamentary Sports Club is the biggest and largest fraternity in Parliament. But Honourable Nachimuli has had the biggest influence in the sports club. Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nachimuli plays all disciplines. In 2021, she came to the football pitch and wanted to train with us in football because she said she had played football in her early life. She went to tug of war, and we advised her to concentrate elsewhere. She went to athletics, I recall. She's been very good at basketball, volleyball, and netball. There's no doubt about it. And Right Honourable Speaker, when we are talking about the Parliament of Uganda winning accolades in the East Africa Interparliamentary Games, the Honourable Nachimuli has played a very big role in that achievement. And Right Honourable Speaker, we are here to testify to that achievement. These trophies that we are laying on the table today are here partly because of the immense contribution of the Honourable Nachimuli. Every year she has participated in a discipline. If it is volleyball, ladies volleyball, if we are not number one, we are number two. In basketball, if we are not number one, we are number two. In netball, if we are not number one, we are number two. And these are the trophies that reflect or attest that achievement. Right Honourable Speaker, I'm not so sure that the 12th Parliament will have a player as active and ambidextrous as the Honourable Nachimuli. Being able to play all disciplines, we will wait to see. But she has been a rare talent, and I think for us at that level, we are really very grateful for her contribution. Right Honourable Speaker, she has been very passionate about women football. And in our last meeting, she proposed that the parliamentary games should also have women football. She was very passionate about it. No wonder, I recall when Uganda hosted the CHAN, every game Uganda played, she was always in Namboli. Honorable Duru here knows, and the others, Honorable Kayemba Solo, with whom we've been watching these games, she was always there. In fact, she's among the few women MPs, if not the only one, who religiously attended those games in Nambole. So we shall always remember her for that. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, Honourable Nachimuli has been very passionate about health. The Right Honourable Prime Minister was talking about that aspect of it. When we were here and Parliament was urging government to recognize sickle cell disease as a public health concern, she was among the people who stood up to support that idea because she has been a sickle cell health activist in that right. So we will also remember her for that cause. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Nachimuli has been a decent person. Very decent, very disciplined, very social, and very courteous. those are not common traits, especially these days, where indecence and courteousness are the order of the day. We will continue to emulate those values if we want to make a very good contribution to our society. I wholly associate with the motion that was moved with by Honorable Ogwang, and that has been very good poetic justice, because the Honorable Nachimuli has been supporting every initiative here in Parliament, especially regarding contributions. So by us passing that motion, I think we have paid her back very well, and I want to thank the Honorable Gwang and the MPs for ensuring that we have consensus on that aspect. Right Honourable Speaker, the issue you raised of some people saying they were forced, we had an opportunity to discuss that issue here. As a matter of fact, it is colleagues who are not in the House at that time who later addressed the press and said we were forced. But the nature of parliamentary business is by collective responsibility. Whether you are around or not, first of all, we are all duty bound to be here. So if Parliament makes a resolution and you are not here, it's better you accept to be bound by that resolution. It is really very unfair for you to go outside on radio or TV and then claim that we were being compelled into these resolutions. I think it is important for us to have that respect. Finally, Right Honourable Speaker, I want to move that let it be a practice adopted by this House that if any of us is deceased, we agree that a deduction of 500,000 be made as a practice. I beg to move, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. Honourable members, we cannot pass that because this parliament is not going to be the next parliament. We will have different cultures in different parliaments. Most of us are leaving, and the ones who will come may say that was a decision that you made at your time. So we cannot make a decision for the next parliament. Honourable Bua. Honourable members, let's be a little brief.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. Madam Speaker, my tribute submission will be restricted to Honourable Hellen Nakimuli, the sportswoman, because Honourable Hellen Nakimuli, the Member of Parliament, distinguished herself as a nationalist and a patriot in all her submissions on the floor. Madam Speaker, whereas she passed on as team captain of the Parliamentary Volleyball Club, I equally served for 10 consecutive years as the team captain for the Parliamentary Football Club, where we brought 9 trophies in the 10 years. We only lost once. This morning, as the body arrived, I want to salute members of the Parliamentary Sports Club because we exhibited the highest degree of solidarity. And I was reminded of the wise words of the late Mandela on sports. He had this to say, sports has the power to change the world. Sports has the power to inspire. Sports has the power to unite the people. If there is something that united the late Honourable Hellen Nachimuli with members of the 11th Parliament, is our multitasking in sports. Madam Speaker, in modern public administration, we emphasize multitasking, but also in modern sports, we emphasize utility players. And the late Honourable Nachimuli was a utility player. A club will buy you while knowing whereas you can play the wing, you can also play
backwards, and you will be called a wing back. That is in football. The late Hellen Nakimuli, we are talking about her participation in different sporting disciplines. But I witnessed in one day, one person playing 3 different sports. In the morning, volleyball. In the afternoon, basketball. In the evening, netball. I want to really pay my last respect to her and describe her in sports as a star performer in all disciplines, as a utility player. I remember at one point, because for me my niche is in football, when the athletics was just introduced, Parliament of Uganda did not have a team for short relays. The coach had to draft myself, Honorable Dongauto, Honorable Ogwang, and Honorable Bagole to go for short relays. When we participated in short relays, the following day we were having a football competition. And the 4 of us were also partly utility in a way. That is the time in the 10 years, Parliament of Uganda the following day lost in football, because 4 of us had participated in a discipline that we had never participated in. But you can imagine the late Honorable Nachimuli in one day can play 3 different sporting disciplines. We are talking about getting injured. Even the time the late Honorable Nachimuli got injured, injury was planned by our opponent. That is the fact. It was planned. I know of a country that planned to injure her, and she knew, and it came to pass. That is the person we are paying tribute to.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, for me, I feel convicted that much as my brother Honorable Ogwang has moved the motion, let that be the minimum. I may be willing to contribute more than that. May a paper be passed for those who would wish to contribute more than the minimum to sign. I am personally willing to contribute 1 million Uganda shillings towards the education of that young girl.
Thank you.
If there is a paper that will pass, for those who are contributing, let 500 be the minimum. But for those of us who are willing to go beyond, let that paper pass such that it can be done. Today it's me, tomorrow is someone else. Today is Honorable Nachimuli, tomorrow is another person. It may be Honorable Solo, who is the shadow.
Yes,
Rest in peace, our hero. Thank you.
Sechi. Honourable members, let's be brief. Sechi.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. And through your chair, Right Honourable Speaker, allow me, on the behalf of the family of Father Christopherus Walusimbi, the Orthodox Church in Uganda, and the Interparliamentary Assembly on Orthodoxy, to convey the sincere appreciation towards you, Right Honourable Speaker, members of Parliament, the Leader of Opposition and the National Unity Platform, government, and all staff and the public there, the voters, the people of Kalangala and Uganda on this tragic moment. Right Honourable Speaker, it is hard to stand here to imagine that one of us is lying and has departed from us. And the pain goes to know that she was a first-timer, but surprisingly, she had caught up well, she had fallen in, and her immense contribution is well far beyond any imagination. I want to thank her for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, colleagues who have made it possible. Across the political aisle here, thank you. I want to thank you really, Madam Speaker and the members. I want to thank you. You did not let us down because we are few. We are two. She's gone. And in May I'll also be gone. And you can imagine the void that will remain here. And to imagine that she had won a very bad election in the history of this country. She had scraped through. She had no petition. Nobody had petitioned her. She was waiting, awaiting her swearing in. And that is life. I won't delve into a lot of things, but I was touched by the lead of government business. She spoke so well. She appreciated the character, the steadfastness of she appreciated and took in the steadfastness, the candidness with which Honorable Nachimuli spoke. And I got surprised. It means that even these side members are just worried. Once you stand firm and you speak good, even the government recognizes your contribution. She paid glowing tribute. So it doesn't mean that really, in this parliament you must say, aye. Because you want to be good. She spoke well. She did. And the president, I thought the president wouldn't come down to this situation. But right now, Speaker, you've given us a message from the president. She was part of the opposition, but the president, I want to thank the president. I want to thank her thank him for that. It is good. When you are the father of the nation, you must do that. And it's a good example. I want to thank the solidarity of the opposition. For me, I thank you, members of the opposition. You nurtured Nachimuli. But you did not take her away from us. She remained a Ugandan. She remained a member of the Orthodox Church. She remained strong. And even if we have differences, but again, you groomed her in a way that she was much appreciated. I want to thank Honorable Katumba Wamala. Thank you very much. You were not there in Kalangala, but your presence was felt. The enormous contribution you've made, the offer you've made for the islanders to come to the mainland and follow to the burial of their representative is commendable. Thank you.
Thank you.
You touched me. And lastly,
Thank you.
May God do kindness to her. But one last thing, Right Honorable Speaker, and I heard Dr. Chris, who is a doctor by profession. There must be those things that must be explained. How does someone drive in without the formal procedures of receiving a patient, having her admitted, you check on everything before you operate on that person? Where are the procedures in this country? Even in our health centers, you don't walk into the theater. There must be measures.
Thank you.
Who are these? Who are the qualifications of these doctors? We must get an explanation, Right Honorable Speaker. Look at the papers, look at the qualifications of those handling our lives. We've lost her, we may not forget her. And with that, I took note, and I think the investigation should look into these people. Once you are there, you are under anesthesia, and I thank you. I thank you. I respect
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
Honorable members, all those questions are going to be answered. We are asking for all those questions to be answered. We've had a series of meetings, and law is involved in every meeting. And we have questions that we want them to answer. Government has taken responsibility. We want that answered. Because today it is happening to Helen, it will happen to another person. Karim.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I join you, the rest of the members of Parliament, in mourning our dear colleague, Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, and may her soul rest in eternal peace. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, to thank the entire Parliament for standing with the family. I want to thank the Leader of Opposition, the Secretary General of the NUP, because those were mainly the first people when we got the information, the Right Honorable Speaker and the Leader of Opposition, who got in touch with the family and have been there throughout this journey. I've heard a lot has been said about the medical condition, the post-mortem and all that. I think I do request that we give it time, because I was personally there. I was among the first people at the hospital Alexandria, and I moved with the body to Mulago. I was there during the entire post-mortem and saw everything. And the doctors, actually, there were about 6 or 7 of them, and they told us it was inconclusive. So they had to remove some of the small parts to take and do further tests in other laboratories. And they requested for time, that they need to be given more time, such that they can get
those results are also out. Those ones are also out.
The results?
The results.
All right, thank you.
There is only one result that is left.
Okay, thank you, Right Honorable. And we were all, of course, most of us, we were in shock, because I was in shock. I'd never been there, but I was there because I was in shock and I couldn't believe. But if the results are out, I think it's up to the family to maybe share with us if they do want to share. Let's not anticipate, let's not talk things that we do not have much knowledge about. Lastly, I do want to thank my colleague, Honorable Minister, for the motion, Minister Ogwang, because we've all been in the sports, Honorable Hamson Obua. We've been there, we've seen the contribution of Honorable Nachimuli in the sports. And I remember in the games in Arusha, when Honorable Bua, something happened during the
Order.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. From the onset, I want to state that I fully adopt the motion moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister and Leader of Government Business. I also strongly associate myself with the submissions of the Leader of the Opposition and the motion for amendment made by the Honorable Minister of Sport. Madam Speaker, when I was a member of the Local Government Accounts Committee in the 10th Parliament, I first saw Honorable Nachimuli when we met the delegation from Kalangala, who had appeared before us in Masaka. When she joined Parliament, I had the privilege of serving with her in the shadow cabinet, and many of her attributes have been mentioned here, which I fully agree with. Now, by way of paying tribute to her, I want to share a short story of what transpired between me and our dear friend outside this house, the Honorable Engineer Moses Magogo, invited me courteously to watch a game at Nambole. As a friend, the same invitation was extended to Honorable Helen. So at the VIP lounge at Nambole, I was seated. There was Honorable Hamson Obua, Honorable Peter Ogwang, Honorable Nachiwala Chiinji, and one of the FOFA vice presidents. So a lady came into the VIP room. Honorable Nachimuli caught my head and said, "You are not allowed to look at her." And she ensured that I looked the other way. So at that point, I wanted to ask the Honorable Obua in Luo that we are not allowed to look at her, because I was afraid that Obua would look at that lady. The Honorable Ogwang, Peter Ogwang, was very busy. Let me make it short. So she had successfully managed to tease me. I'm not easy to be teased. But then I had to find a way. So I asked her, because I knew she loved photos. I told her this would be a very good opportunity for you to take a photo with that lady. And she said, okay, you come and take the photo. So I had the opportunity now to make eye contact with that lady. So in our honor, Madam Speaker, I would like to I didn't ask questions who she was, but this photo I took at Nambole that day. Honorable Bua was present, and Peter Ogwang was there. I don't know who this lady is, but I pray that the daughter who is up there can get inspired and also grow and be very courteous, very respectful like this lady. May her soul
Thank you.
rest in
Thank
peace.
you.
I lay.
Thank you. Honorable Balam Kasolo Wamala.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Please, we'll use 1 minute. 1 minute.
I would like to, first of all, begin with the gospel in the book of Psalms, chapter 11, verse 7. For the Lord is righteous, he loves justice, the upright will see his face. Honorable Hellen Nakimuli has been standing as a dedicated member of parliament. The few interactions I've had with her here, constantly representing our people with commitment and purpose. She has been known for her integrity and accountability, actively participating in law making and continuing to prioritize the needs and interests of our constituents. She has been serving as a committed leader who focused on public service rather than personal gains, working closely with her community in Kalangala to promote development and improve lives of the poor people in Kalangala. Honorable Nachimuli was not transactional. I made several attempts to transact with her, to join NRM. She didn't allow, and I told her I will find more time to transact with her, so she wasn't transactional. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and your family for paying our little girls' school fees up to senior 4. Allow me convey heartfelt condolence from my colleagues and leaders of Patriotic League of Uganda, led by our chairman, General Kainerugawa Mohoz, the CDF. And also, I will need to conclude with the book of John, chapter 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. Rest in peace, our sister, Honorable Nachimuli of National Unity Platform.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, just a second. Honorable Stella Isodo of Ngora, sometime back she passed on. She left 5 children. They are not doing well. Last week I received a member of the family in my office to support her family. I want to appreciate the members, including me, who have allowed a deduction of 500. But if possible, we may consider to support Isodo's family, because she was also a player. If possible, she's a member from FDC. She was a member of parliament from FDC. I beg, Right Honorable Speaker, you allow, we deduct another 500 for Isodo's family as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, there is a contribution of 10 million shillings from the mighty NRM party, with a condolence letter signed by Right Honourable Richard Trodong. Thank you so much, NRM. Thank you. Honourable Kasolo.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, allow me to register my heartfelt and deepest condolences to you, Right Honourable Speaker, the August House, the leader of opposition, the people of Kalangala, Greater Masaka, and the entire Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, because of time, I want to inform this August House that Honourable Nachimuli Helen was all round. In fact, she was opposition, but you couldn't believe that she was indeed opposition. But she could stand on the principles of her party. Right Honorable Speaker, there are colleagues from opposition who really don't want to associate with ministers of government even when their people yearn for development. But Honorable Nachimuli couldn't do this. I remember a day when I went to Kalangala, I was received by Honorable Nachimuli and the Honorable Kabusu. We spent 2 days there, and indeed, I received their requests, and I worked on them. But their colleagues who have approached me, they say, "Can you give me this in private?" So Honorable Nachimuli was exceptional. Honorable Helen was exceptional. However, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me also to ask for one important thing from the leader of opposition and my colleagues. Honorable Helen deserves decent send-off. Tomorrow we are all ready to go to Luwelo. But this business of Ugandans trying to threaten the mourners from, yes, because I almost witnessed this in Kalangala Council yesterday when you attempted to stop the RDC to deliver his message.
Honorable members, this body is for Parliament of Uganda. Honorable members, I want us to give, Honorable Helen a dignified send-off. Dignified. And that's why you see NUP is this side, NRM is this side, and we must respect our colleague. And I pray there is nothing that...
Pay condolences to one of our own. Right Honorable Speaker, for us in Kalangala, and I want to correct the impression which was created, that in Kalangala there were issues. For us in Kalangala, we are like one family. We are a small community, we know each other, and we are there for each other. I think the members of parliament who went to Kalangala yesterday, when they were giving tribute at the district, you saw this. The RDC was there, all the RDCs were there, the government was there, and nobody was harassed. And that's the spirit of Kalangala, and that's how we have been operating in Kalangala. Honorable Kabusu's here. We don't promote, yes, we may have differences in political opinions, but we don't hate each other. And that one, I want it to be corrected. Right Honorable Speaker, this young lady, the late, has been an asset to the islands, an asset to the communities there. She's a person who dedicated her life to serving her community. You'd find her getting into those small canoes, risking her life for the sake of the community. One time, she had even an incident where her boat got stranded in the middle of the lake, and she was rescued by the RDC, who had to send the plugs for the engine because the boat had got a problem. But all that in the service of our people. She has been there to serve our people regardless of the political differences. She was young in politics, and for me, I used to call her my daughter because she would come to consult in my office. If NUP is finding that a problem, I don't know. And she's not the only one, Honorable Kabusu. Our problems in the islands affect all of us the same. So
we worked together as a team. She was beyond the political divide. For her, she was about service for her people. Transport was an issue she always emphasized to me. And I said that I owe her, because the ferry for Chamuswa has not yet materialized, much as we have a ferry working in Chamuswa now. I would like to thank Parliament. When we move in this life, on our life train, we find so many people. Some leave and you don't even notice that somebody left. Nachimuli has left, but all of us have noted. Nachimuli has left, and every one of us has noted. When I walked in here and I saw how full Parliament was, I said, yes, she's young, she has served one term, but for Kalangala, she has been a star for us, and we shall terribly miss her.
Thank
Madam
you.
Speaker, just to inform you, another problem has happened to us. I think you know the late Minister Azuba. She passed on yesterday. So we have another member who used to sit on this bench, whom we are going to bury on Saturday.
Sorry.
I want to end by confirming to the people of Kalangala that government has provided transport at a reduced rate. The ferry will stay in Chungu for the whole night in Bukasa, leave in the morning for Lutoboka, and then from Lutoboka it will come to Nachuogo at a reduced rate of 20,000 instead of the 40,000 which would be charged.
Thank you.
So the people of Kalangala should be able to come and escort their own. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
And God bless
Thank
her.
you.
And may her soul rest in peace.
Thank you. Remaining speakers, 1 minute. Zaki, you're going to speak after Hassan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Slowly, then Moses, the MP, will also speak.
Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, death has robbed us
I wish I was
ruthlessly.
you. I would actually request the body to go to NUP early. But since we want to speak,
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for that guidance. But Right Honorable Speaker, we all are aware that the Honorable Nachimuli Helen has been part and parcel of our lives, and I would understand why each and every member would want to say something, because it is Nachimuli lying here. We all know her smile and how she touched all of us. So it would be understandable to know why each one of us would want to say something. However, Right Honorable Speaker, I also join my colleagues to condole with the immediate family and the extended family of the Honorable Nachimuli Helen for this loss, and pray to God to accept her in heaven for the good she has given to us. Right Honorable Speaker, as we eulogize, the most pressing issue was the educational right of Honorable Nachimuli's daughter. And I want to categorically thank you and this august House for the steps you have taken to ensure that the daughter of Nachimuli Helen attains her or the best education the mother would have wanted her to attain. We are all aware that paying school fees is one of the biggest issues of any parent. Now that it is handled, we have to thank you and this august House for that marriage. Right Honorable Speaker, this death has hit all of us so hard, but I can imagine what the President of the National Unity Platform is going through in exile. People who are close to us
Zaki.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it's so sad that we are losing one of our own. Right Honorable, I was lucky that I was among the few, or many, that have been very, very close to the Honorable Nachimuli Helen, the late now. When she was going for the operation, she actually sent me a message that, Honorable, pray for me. I'm in for an operation. Right Honorable, even the time that we are sending her off, I wish each one of us, we can always pray for her soul. I had the opportunity to be in Kalangala from Monday up to Tuesday. Right Honorable, the people of Kalangala have a lot of questions. And I'm lucky that at least we have received a response that some of those questions are going to be answered. How I wish these questions are answered as soon as possible, because the people of Kalangala believe that there is something wrong. And many of us, that's what we believe. We need those questions to be answered. We need to know how that operation was done, so that the people of Kalangala can send off their Mama Kalangala, in the most benefiting way. Thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Zake. Honorable members, much as we may not be belonging to the same party, but some of us were more close to Helen, very close. To an extent that even when she came to my village, we slept on the same bed. So it is our responsibility to make sure that we get to know what happened. What happened? Now, if you want more information, we even met with a doctor who operated Honorable Nachimuli today, to show you that we are following every step. We want to find out what happened. Even the pint of blood which was given to her, we have extracted it. We want to know, was it the right blood? Was it the right people who operated her? What happened? Was it an act of God? We are following up that. And we are not doing it ourselves alone. We are doing it together with the leader of opposition and the family. Honorable Sechkubo is there. Honorable Sechkubo will tell you we've not slept since the death of Honorable Nachimuli. We had our special bonding with her. Special. We have our group here, the group of Gumite, Team Gumite. We had our team here. Italy, that's another one in that team.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable. Right Honorable, on behalf of the people of Wakiso and on my own behalf, together with my family, allow me to convey our condolences to the people of Kalangala, to you and the Parliament of Uganda, and everyone, especially the family. Right Honorable, as the person you sent, Parliament sent to lead the team to Kalangala district, allow me to send their, allow me to convey their appreciation to Parliament of Uganda, and also to send their condolences. They made it clear in council. There are several requests they made, and through the right channels, the council resolutions will also be forwarded to Government of Uganda. Honorable Kabusu will attest to this and the entire team. Right Honorable, as we witness the kind of transport we also request, let this be amongst the gifts we can give Nachimuli as she lies here. Let's improve transport in the islands. It's not these usual times we are here. The other one is different. The ferry leaves you, and that's all. And finally, as she has been my captain in volleyball, allow me to say that it's high time we rethought sports in this country. It's part of their request also in Kalangala that let's establish a recreation center in Kalangala, but let's establish sports centers. They will groom many of the Nachimulis, and we shall see many in this country.
Moses.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I take note of the little time we have. To be brief, Madam Speaker, while we attended a council meeting where the district leadership paid tribute to Honorable Nakimuli, Madam Speaker, the district council and all the congregation requested me to thank you and the Honorable Thomas Taebwa for always giving Honorable Nachimuli an opportunity to speak. And she has been able, because of that opportunity, to speak and articulate issues affecting the islanders. Madam Speaker, they also asked me to request Parliament, and I'll maybe, Madam Speaker, by this time, request that I move a motion to amend the motion of the Prime Minister to include a prayer they requested. And Madam Speaker, this specifically touches a youth and a women's skills development center the Honorable Nachimuli herself had thought of to build for the community. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Nachimuli 2 years ago started a process of building a youth skilling center. Madam Speaker, many youth in our islands, because there have not been schools on the islands, young children have grown and have not had access to go to schools. So those young children are not employable, and the only way to make them useful in society was to establish a skills center. She had acquired a building plan approved, a storied building approved. She had also acquired land from Buganda Kingdom. And that project, she was very anxious if she was to live and serve the next term, that she would build that skilling center. So the council resolved, and Madam Speaker, I do report.
You will bring for us the council resolutions.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
And then we'll discuss the council resolutions.
Madam Speaker, finally, we also, as the leaders in Kalangala, there is a secondary school, a seed secondary school being built. It is called Ibubeke Seed Secondary School. It's on foundation level. We thought as leaders of Kalangala that since it has not gone into these the stages of how a secondary school, Madam Speaker, runs, that government accepts and that school be renamed Hellen Nakimuli Memorial Secondary School, Seed Secondary School.
Bring for us your resolutions, and we'll act on your resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Honorable Mpuga.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me in a minute to convey my sympathies to Parliament, especially the Speaker, the family of Father Olsimbi, very close to me. He visited me in the Lopu's office, then with her daughter in tow. We did exchange pleasantries and a lot of banter. I'm very sorry about the loss. Right Honorable Speaker, our sister was different, and she leaves lessons eternal to us. Our corrosive politics needs reflection. That's why across the aisle, everyone would say, well, she was a leader. I remember in 2023, she came to me to request if she could to speak to the Prime Minister about a very serious matter in the constituency. I told her, there's no problem. The Prime Minister is not the problem. She's just overwhelmed. Go and speak to her about the problem. And I think they moved on well. So her amiable character should be able to give us some eternal education about how we relate with each other, even when we immensely disagree. And for her service to the islands, we thank you, Helen. And for those who are intend to join politics, Right Honorable Speaker, in a second, her journey to Parliament began from Masaka City. In a delegation she led from the islands to meet me at my humble residence in the city, because she wanted to run as a DP. So DP, I'm sorry, I denied her to come to you and told her to come to NUP, which I not. In 1, 2 years, 3 years, she had made a point. And Helen, rest in eternity. You did your part. We will follow suit. Those you left, Kalangala people, where you see something done, she was a humble voice, but a very audible voice. She didn't have to shout to make a point. That was very, very important.
Thank
Rest
you.
in eternity, sister.
Mikade, Island people.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I do have a long time attachment with Honorable Helen. We went to the same A-level school where she was head girl and I was the Chief Justice. And that school had a student's court. So student cases were referred to the student's court. And that's at St. Augustine's College, Wakiso. But also, personally, I work with many MPs from fishing communities. But to be sincere, there are not so many MPs from fishing communities who understand fisheries issues like Nachimuli did. So as MPs from fishing community, we have indeed lost a voice. But I'm also happy. I've listened to the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Vice President. They really understand what Honorable Helen and we MPs from fishing community always raise here. That's a good thing. Our prayer, the best way to send off Honorable Nachimuli is actually to actualize her prayers. And Honorable Speaker, I know you are going to be the Speaker of the next Parliament. My prayer is that I will move a motion specifically requesting the House to dedicate a sitting to debate the plight of outreach areas like islands, specific islands. Because that is the only way how government and this Parliament can really understand. You have heard the General Katumba Amara. You have to even subsidize people going for the burial. If you don't, they will not attend the burial. So the same thing applies to those going to health facilities.
True.
So my request is that when that time comes, you please accord us the opportunity. Honorable Helen, rest in peace.
Actually, we should take our next sitting to Kalangala so that we get to understand. Honorable Madam Teacher. Women League, I'm coming.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I associate myself to the kind words that have been made by colleagues who have spoken before me. I want to add just one thing. Madam Speaker, in Nachimuli, remote Kalangala ceased to be remote. Every time through her debate, we would think that Kalangala is just here in Kampala Central. She was agreeably the best this parliament could give Ugandans. And in her, we see what Uganda has in what we call the rural parts of this country. I want to thank Reverend Walusimbi and family, and I want to thank NUP, because through those two entities,
Sure. Talk.
Madam Speaker, thank you. We have seen that we have so many able people in our villages. What remains is to give them opportunity to be seen. Lastly, Madam Speaker, our colleague here, whenever she would get a chance, she will contribute passionately about health. It's a bit absurd that she had been let down by the same system.
Thank you. We also want to thank the people who give her a chance to air out, because she wouldn't air out without.
I thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for being a kind speaker who has given opportunity to people like Honorable Nachimuli and me to be heard. Thank you very much. I wish you well.
Flavia.
The rosary. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, today, Honorable Hellen Nakimuli makes her final journey in Parliament. She has been very humbly, happily walking through these corridors, the lobby, and within this very house to debate most of the times. The last we saw her was on Wednesday last week. It is a pity that today she makes her final journey, not to debate, but we are honoring her. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Madam Speaker, I am an OG of Honorable Helen, our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. From senior 1 to senior 4, I was with this lady here. We were together. The sportsmanship you're all talking about was cultivated largely from our Lady of Good Counsel Gayaza. She was part of the pioneering teams of so many sports clubs we had in Our Lady. Team Molten, basketball, volleyball, badminton, basketball, and the rest. So today for me, I am lying in honor here. I am paying my respect to the woman that is lying here today in honor of the sisterhood that we have built across time. She has been a great fighter for women's rights. And as a chairperson, Women League in NUP, I really appreciate her efforts towards the people of Kalangala, the women and girls. She has contributed immensely to their gender issues, and I appreciate her so much. Helen, as a friend, as a sister, as a mother, lying here today, we appreciate you for the service, cutting across political divides, across religious political affiliations, but most importantly, for using your voice strongly to speak power, to speak truth to power. Thank you so much. May your voice always be a reminder that even the loudest of voices will at one point come to.
Chairperson, Catholic chaplaincy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Allow me to bring my condolence from the people of Amuro. Helen, you no longer, in heaven, you will no longer have the title of honorable. You're a daughter of God. Madam Speaker, I want to say that on Sunday at 9:51, Helen sent me a message because my mother was hospitalized, wishing my mother a quick recovery. When I reached Gulu, I received the news that Helen had passed on. When I showed the message to my mom, she was really devastated. Helen, I'm here to bring my greetings from my mom, who has been discharged from hospital yesterday. Thank you for praying for her, though I did not know that you were sick. Madam Speaker, today I woke up and I bumped into this documentary of a great saint who died at age 15, Saint Carlo Acutis. On October 12th, 2006, Father Macheleno, who gave him the last blessing, asked him whether he was afraid of death. And this is what the 15-year-old boy said on his deathbed. he said, "Are you afraid of going home after a long journey? Are you afraid to meet somebody you love so deeply? That is how I see death. It is going home to meet Jesus." I remember in one of the clips of Honorable Helen, she even talked about death. She said we should not fear death. And I couldn't get a better documentary to remember Helen apart from watching this one of Saint Carlo Acutis. Rest in peace, my sister, and continue to pray for this great country called Uganda that you sacrificed for. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kivalia.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, Helen was a super brand, as evidenced from the speeches of today. Helen's body is leaving this place to go to NUP offices, go to her home in Namungona, then tomorrow church and Ruwero. The rest of us could have speeches in all those areas. I move a motion that we close the debate for Helen and have her body move decently to all those places.
Seconded. Honorable members, in respect of the party where Honorable Nachimuli was representing, we want the party to honor Honorable Nachimuli in their offices, and then the body goes home. Are you seconding the motion? Stand up if you're seconding. Seconded. I put a question that we close the debate and the body moves to the next destination. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. Let's have it. Thank you so much. Honorable members, I now put a question that the Parliament of Uganda pays glowing tribute to the late Honorable Nachimuli Helen, the former district woman member of Parliament of Kalangala District and the Shadow Minister of Information and Communication Technology, with amendments from Honorable Ogwang. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it. We will extract the resolution and relay to the family. But one thing I can promise the family, that we will follow this case to the latter. To the latter. We will not continue burying people over anybody's negligence.
May we please rise up to receive the anthems. Please resume your seats.